Good morning from Yabby BTV. Wishing you all well. Sending plenty of love your way and hoping your day is going to go, even though it's a miserable one, the best it possibly can. Now, look, many of you coming on the live session and messages coming in from all over the place. Over a long period of time now, I missed out on the last few weeks. You know what's been happening, but we're glad to be back now. And the subject is on what Kevin Lane said live on the Legg show, because quite a few thousand listened to it, including Warren Slaney's family. Right now, sometimes I've been up there and I've made mistakes when I say things in a way that wasn't the way that I was meant to say it at all. And listen carefully. Now, the questions that are being asked is that Kevin Lane said that when Warren Slaney, when they were in Franklin and GN turned up, Warren Slaney was alleged to have said, yeah, I'm just going to kill him. And Kevin says on Matt Legg in the way that he said it at that time was that he had to talk Warren out of doing anything bad. Now, there's two theories. Kevin Lane was saying it in a way that his relationship with Warren Slaney is really, really good. But obviously from being institutionalized, Kevin, for years and years and years, he's talking almost like I do sometimes, like we talk out here like we're not still in prison, but we speak in a language of prison terms. Now, the fact is this, is that the family, people out there believe that, and Warren himself will take it, have taken it, that it's not doing him any favours by saying it in the way that he said it. But I say today that it was misconstrued. I'll tell you why. I know some of you are going to jump on me, right? Because when you're live, sometimes you blurt it out. Now, Kevin Lane, what he actually meant, right, was that he believed that the prison staff, prison authorities had brought Warren and GN back together so that they could possibly kill each other, because it's common knowledge that it was known back in the day. There's not no beef there now with GN and Warren, right? Pleased to tell you that. In that they set it up so that it could end in that way. I know, just repeated that. I believe that's what Kevin Lane was actually saying, but he said it in the way that he said it. So Kevin apologizes to the family and Warren and whatever. If it, you know, if it's called for, which probably it does, with the feedback that I've been getting from down in Leicester, and you know, having been speaking a lot to Warren Slaney's family. Because if you're going to talk out here and suggest that someone's in there still serving their life sentence, that they were going to go and do this and do that, then obviously it will definitely not do them no favours. Now, speaking a little bit on behalf of Kevin Lane as well, Matt Legg has taken that, deleted that bit out of that video now. All right, so and Matt, they make an apology of some sorts, right, as well. So I'll leave Matt to tell you the rest, but Matt actually sees what it means and what everybody's pointing out, that I'm pointing out, because the other day when I'm rest in peace, Cabo, right, where, you know, that Cabo was well respected and well loved, and the funeral, a very sad event in recent times, and I've got loads of friends in Manchester. But the reason why I took that video down is because during that video I said Piggy was, you know, I believe more, a bit more hard, not harder, but in prison terms, thinking that when I was in prison and what I saw of Piggy, I thought Piggy, you know, I was speaking in terms that I thought was a good way about him. But in reality, he's still in prison. So I had to take that out, because as much as I never meant it in that way, you know, I obviously in Uncle Yammy's way, I thought I was bigging him up. But really, in reality, some people, when they're doing their sentences and going through appeals and stuff like that, don't really need people like me or Kevin allegedly to be saying things like that, all right? I know my one's a little bit more supposedly harmless, because I didn't say that he was going to do anything or to anyone or anything like that. But I do state categorically this morning that Kevin Lane never meant it. It must have slipped out in the way that he said it, or, you know, it could be many reasons. I'll let, when Kevin comes out, I will let him answer it. But the purpose of this video is the apologies for putting in. I notice along the years, right, when I'm doing my stories, a lot of my stories, everybody's been nicked for those fights in prison. So as harmless as it is, there has been times when I have slipped up, especially when I've been out my box and all that. We know that it's not a good look, and then I've got to see it the next day. I've got to go, oh shit, man, I can't. We shouldn't be making those kind of errors when people are still serving sentences. You mustn't suggest that they want to do, and which I don't think I've ever done. All right, but speaking on behalf of Matt Legg and Kevin Lane, the Inquirer, everybody said together, yeah, we hold our hands up there. But I say Kevin Lane did not mean it. And he definitely says now that Warren Slaney did not utter those words out of his mouth, all right? So I'll be up soon with something different. Loads of love.